I'd love for you to tell your story and talk about what you did. And I know there was radical life change involved.
Well, I guess my story, when I was growing up, I was always a really good athlete. I was the fastest. I could run longest and still maintain speed. And I used to race bicycles and I swam competitively. I actually got third in Junior Olympics in swimming. So I was always in great shape without a lot of effort. And then as I got older, we get more sedentary. And I started my own business and it became some issues. It got stressful. And my habits began to change just to balance the stress. My diet changed somewhat. My exercise habits diminished and then stopped. And the home I lived in, the bedrooms were upstairs. So as I began to walk upstairs to my bedroom, I noticed I had to lay down on my bed just from being tired from walking upstairs. And I'm going, golly, how did I let my body get out of such poor condition? I can't believe that. So I said, well, I got to get back in shape. I got to get back in shape. So I decided I would hop on my bike and start riding my bike. And here in the Texas Hill Country, it's known for its hills and all that. Not like mountains, but pretty good hills. And I started up down the road and started up a hill. I started to feel faint. I actually collapsed into the ditch. And it was very faint. And cars began to stop, asked me if I was okay. And I finally just raised my arm up in the ditch with my thumb up so people would know I was okay, so they wouldn't stop. After about 20 minutes, I finally was able to get on my bike and I coasted down the hill, and I had to walk up the other hill to my house. I said, okay, so much for trying to ride my bike. Let me go see if I can go jog. I had the same experience when I jogged. I actually fainted and collapsed when I was trying to run. I said, well, okay, let me start walking, because walking out here is good exercise. So I started walking, and it was tiring, but I could do it. And I said, well, let me start playing golf and walking the golf course, carrying my golf bag. So I started doing that, playing golf, and it was difficult. I mean, to walk 18 holes carrying my bag, it was tough. I really hard time dragging myself around. And one time when I was playing, I'm a very spiritually oriented person. I believe in the little voice inside us, the connection with God or spirit or whatever you want to call it. And I was on the 14th hole of the golf course. I got to the tee in the 15th, which is a long par 5, and there was 2 guys way up ahead, and a little voice said, catch those 2 guys. So I didn't hit the ball. I just started walking down the golf course. And by the time I got to those guys, they'd finished that hole. We're on the next hole. So I walked over and I said, hey, you guys, mind if I play in with you? And it was 16. So he said, sure. So we hit our shots on 16, finished 17. When we hit 18, we hit our drives, and we walked down the freeway. And I said, guys, I'm really wiped. I'm so sorry. I've got to take a break here. I'm not in really very good shape. And you guys go ahead and, hit up to the green and, putt out. It's been really nice, sharing this time with you. So, but they waited for me. When I finally got to the green and I hit my shot, I went over to shake one of the guy's hands, and he says, I was a medic in Nam. I'm looking at you. You've got a problem with your liver. You need to go to the doctor. And it was like, where'd that come from? I mean, that was the first time I actually thought something may actually be wrong with me. So I did not have any health insurance. And I'd heard, I'd read, or I knew that if you go to the doctor and you've got something serious, you don't have insurance, and there may be some sort of pre-existing condition. So I said, let me, cover my bases. So let me get some health insurance. So I got health insurance. And after about a month, when I was sure it was enforced, I went ahead and scheduled a physical with the doctor. And I went in for the physical, and I got home, and about 30 minutes after I got home, the doctor's nurse calls me, and she says, I said, hi, this is Bill. Well, the doctor's very concerned with some tests, and he scheduled an appointment with you in the morning with a gastroenterologist. And I said, well, what test? I mean, what's wrong? She said, it's your blood test, it's your hemoglobin. I said, what about my hemoglobin? She said, it's 5.7. I said, 5.7, what's that mean? So she faxed over blood test results. Well, normal is like 14 to 18 for an adult male. So 5.7, I'd lost 2/3 of the red blood in my body. And I didn't know that. No wonder I was so tired. No wonder I felt faint. Blood, as you know, blood with the hemoglobin carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells. I was literally suffocating at the cellular level. I couldn't, and oxygen takes the ATP to create energy, and I had no energy. I couldn't do it. So I went in the next day to see the gastroenterologist, and he said, you're probably bleeding internally. So he quickly got me in for a colonoscopy, and it revealed I had a grapefruit-sized tumor in my colon that apparently had been bleeding for years.
That's big.
Yeah, no, it was, in fact, it had completely encircled my colon, and the opening in my colon was now less than the size of a dime.
Wow.
And
Had you been having weird bowel movements?
no, I really had not. That's a
And
good
no
question.
pain?
No pain. No pain. I mean, I literally thought ignorantly, looking back, that I was just out of shape.
That's surprising. I had a golf ball sized tumor and I was having pain. I would get these pains periodically as, as food would move through that part of my colon, it would aggravate the tumor and I'd get these little pains.
Right.
But anyway, please continue.
But no, I had no indication, and I didn't see blood in my stool or anything. Not that I was looking for it, but there was nothing apparent that would have alerted me, you got something going on inside your body. And then then I got CT scanned, and it showed the size of the tumor, and it showed cancer in lymph nodes, and an ultrasound and some other tests revealed spots and lesions in my liver. And I've subsequently learned, as you probably know, the liver and the colon liver are connected with the portal vein. And so that's why when colon cancer, it moves outside the colon wall into lymph nodes, and then the portal vein takes it to the liver, and then you get stage 4 colon and liver cancer, which is no bueno. And then, so I hadn't gotten a biopsy back, but it was apparent to the gastroenterologist that I had cancer.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, why not subscribe? Here's a link to do that. And if you'd like to watch the full interview, you can find it at chrisbeatcancer.com. There's a link to it in the description right below this video.